Lindenwood head coach PJ Finigan, first year with the program as the head coach after being an assistant last year. Second season for the Lions in the OVC. So, Coach, you've been around the OVC for a while, SIUE and various stops, but this is the first time as a head coach. Just talk about those expectations and everything that goes into that heading into this season.
I think that the expectations for us have definitely risen in year two. I think coming off of last year, it was a little bit of just happy to be here, not really knowing what was going to go on with the players, and a lot of them having not been in Division One baseball before. But I think in year two, with myself and some of the other staff members that have been around, uh, there's less of that and more of we're doing everything we can to be prepared and go out there and raise the expectations with the program to get in the mix in the OVC and play a tough non-conference schedule.
I asked Brady at Moorhead this earlier. I think it's an obvious question, but when you've been with the program and you become the head coach, talk about that as opposed to if you had just come from SIUE to Lindenwood this year and didn't have that sort of year to learn what was around the program.
Yeah, it certainly makes the transition easy. All the things off the field, the people you have to talk to in the business office and the travel and all of that. You can really hit the ground running with all of that stuff. And then just the familiarity with the players, with the alumni, all of those things have made the transition very easy. The hardest thing has really been, the change in roles, what I'm doing every day in practice and splitting my time between pitching and hitting and helping out with the infielders and all the little things. That's taken a little bit of an adjustment to get used to, but certainly having been here last year has helped hit the ground running and have less of like a little buffer this year to have success early on.
And since you said that, you want to win all your games, obviously. With this transition, how do you look at it as what's the right approach and how your team can get better? And eventually, when after 4 years, you want to be in an NCAA tournament, right? Is that how long it takes to be ultra successful? Is it just you kind of fill out your roster? Just a lot of questions there. So how do you kind of approach this window as you join the OVC and play your first couple years?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, and it's a school wide, athletic department wide thing, is we don't talk about a transition. We approach it as we want to be the best program that we possibly can be right now. I don't see it as a 2 or 3 year building plan or anything like that. I see we want to make this team as good as we possibly can and prepare them to win every single game. If we're not doing that, then we're certainly not doing our job. So there is no transition time and not even something that we talk about in our locker room. I think the biggest thing that's maybe a little bit different than others is obviously with not having the opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament, we have approached the conference season and the conference tournament as our NCAA tournament. And we've put high expectations on making sure that we make the conference tournament this year and doing everything we can to be in a position to win it.
In today's landscape with the portal and teams change, obviously you all USI and Little Rock renewed this year or last year. Now we got Western Illinois. How hard is it to get a feel for like what the conference will be like, even from week one of the conference season to like week 7 or 8? Like things change so fast, and just then your general thoughts, of the league as a whole.
Yeah, I think that there's some familiarity with Western Illinois. We played them last year midweek. Being regional opponents, things like that. Little Rock is different. Going there last year, they have amazing ballpark. That part was very neat. And throughout the conference season, everything always changes. You have injuries. You have people that are playing well. You have people that are not. I know certainly when Eastern Illinois came in here last year, they were playing very well, and you see how they finished the season. So I know one thing is that in my time in the OVC, that I think the coaches and the schools have really raised the bar with the baseball programs, and I think you'll continue to see that with the new schools being added in, and with our non-conference schedule, the wins that we're able to rack up, and then how competitive it is week in and week out. I think that has all really been raised, and it's exciting to get it going again this year.
Talk about the construction of your roster and with players from last year and new, and then what you like most about this team too.
It's taken a different feel. We have 16 new players, and you can actually add 17 in there. Jack Meyer returns after a successful freshman year for us, and I think that almost anybody that's been around the program this year could tell you that that was a big loss. He has been one of our best and most consistent players this fall. I'm really excited that he's got his opportunity to get out there, and that's kind of the way I feel about the whole team. Is they certainly know that last year was not who they are and who they want to be, and they've worked extremely hard to improve. And I'm most excited as they are is just getting that opportunity to show how much better that we've gotten, how they've come together as a group, and certainly improve on everything that we did last year.
What is the playoff that? What is the most important thing for your team to have a shot to win the OVC championship? If you could just pick one thing, what would that be?
I think it's the improvement of our defense. If we can play defense at a high level, we have guys on the mound that throw strikes. I think we're going to do enough offensively. We're going to be dynamic. We're going to have some guys in the middle that can thump it a little bit, which is a little bit different. But I think that's the one stick pin that we had last year was like, if we could play defense, we give these young pitchers a chance. And I think that if we can consistently do that and play defense at a high level, we're going to do enough other things to where we're going to be in every game.
And your team wasn't there last year, but impressions or just thoughts about the tournament being in Marion, which is somewhere centrally located, obviously in the footprint, and obviously it's your goal to win at that. But just about it being there for this year and next year too.
Yeah, it's you know, being the only team that was left out last year, that's certainly a huge thing for us. We want to get back. We watched that last game with Tennessee Tech in Southern Indiana. Hoping that we'd get in. It didn't work out, but like I said, that's been a goal. Marion's a great place. Being from, uh, you know, spending a lot of time in the Carbondale area with coaching and playing down there. I know a lot of people in the area. I know how everything is kind of rallied around the stadium and some of the improvements they've made and everything else. I think it's a great venue for our league. Centrally located, going to get a lot of fans. Very fair ballpark, very nice ballpark. Just a lot of good things going on down there, and I'm happy that the league is chose to go back.
Let's talk about your schedule and then how you constructed it. Like, you got to go play where the games are on certain weekends, but and balance, how you can get teams to come play you versus playing those games on the road early on.
Yeah, we wanted to do everything that we could to prepare ourselves for OVC play. I think that's what is ultimately the goal every year. Non-conference, we did want to play more home games this year. We know that last year we had a lot of road trips stacked on top of each other, and we had a huge lull in the middle of our season. We wanted to try to avoid that, so there's intentionally more home games. I'm really excited about the fact that we've got a round robin with Nebraska, Omaha, and Bradley to open up our home series, our home slate. And then being where we are geographically, we play a lot of strong midweek teams, and I think that only helps in RPI and also preparing our guys for the conference schedule. So it's a good mix of regional opponents going south early in the season to play some good teams and then prepare us for the OVC.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time this morning, and best of luck to you and your team this season.
Thank you.